Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Moon water. Finishing up our moon water from the full moon in Cancer, that super full moon. Have you been crying? I've been crying. I've been crying. A lot of releasing still. And again, it goes in waves and it comes in spurts, and it is triggered and activated by different circumstances and different things and or people. So welcome. It is January 6th, 2026. It breaks down to 17. So I've got a few things to chat about from the journal this morning, but again, the focus is going to be on the number 17. So please look at the spiritual meaning behind 17. I am going to read the information I just wrote down, but also look behind the angel number 17 and see where and if any of that resonates with you, or if you've been seeing this number in every way, shape, or form outside of just 1 and a 7. If you've been seeing, like before I hit and clicked record for my light language, it was 1007. So then I take, my brain goes 10, 7, 17. So that's how my brain has been breaking numbers down. And because my higher self and my team are having me look at specific number sequences and adding them up in specific ways to see those key codes, those mathematics, because it is a breadcrumb, it is a puzzle piece, it is a sign, it is a synchronicity, it is a key code. So again, I talk about the numbers a lot because that is very relevant. The universe is mathematics. Okay, 133 on the timer. So welcome. I believe this is 57, day 57 of FreQSpeak of 111 days. And again, if I misspeak, my apologies. I didn't go take the time to look at my videos and see which one this is at. I believe this is day 57 of recording, sharing my real raw frequency, energy, essence, color, flavor with the collective in any way, shape, or form that decides it wants to present itself in this now present moment as this now present self. Okay, channeling, receiving information from higher consciousness, higher super conscious beings, source, creator, and then of course the aspects of higher self. Again, sharing my light language that has been coming through in any way, shape, or form that it wants to present itself in its own frequency, flavor, and again, take what resonates and leave what does not. With this, and just know that you are receiving this information for your highest and best good, and you will see me. I will have landed in front of your presence in your awareness for a reason. There's no coincidence that I am here, that you are here and now in this present moment, whether it's today, in a few days, in a month, in a week, or a year from now. Just know that you are receiving me and receiving this information because there's some nuggets of wisdom from the human words that I'm speaking, but also you are receiving my frequency, my energy, my essence, and my flavor through these videos outside of the human words being spoken. Okay, and what is resonance? That's centering, what is speaking to your soul, what is speaking to your heart, what is speaking to your field, that is going to bypass the ego and mind, but also whatever the ego and mind is picking up, it's getting curious. So that's good. That's the curiosity of the ego mind. Get it curious. Let it get curious to go down certain pathways or to look into certain things to see if is there some unlocking of those key codes, those signs, those synchronicities, those activations, those awakenings, whatever it is for you and how you coded yourself to receive these messages. All right. So welcome. Hopefully everyone's doing great. Give you a little morning smudge. So welcome. I'm going to take a sacred bath. It's rainy and cold here, wet. It's a Tuesday. It's this day, that day, and another day. But if you resonate with the days, which I really try not to pay attention to the days of the week, I'm going to take a sacred bath, which is typically uncommon. So I'm going to switch it up and take a sacred bath on a Tuesday. Why? Because I want to. I'm going to take a bath after I do this video and chill out before I get the kid from school. All right. So I'm just going to look at the journal. Like I said, if you've been seeing the number 17, I've been seeing the number 17, like I said, on repeat. Again, it goes in waves, but again, massive amounts of the number 17. We sat at the number 17 table. The night before, a movie rolled up and it was called Mickey 17. Again, there was significance to Mickey and there was significance to the 17, but I didn't know the Mickey part of it until yesterday. So ran into another beautiful soul at the health and wellness store here that I go to. And again, it's the universe placed me there at perfect timing and placed her there at the perfect timing. And her name also was in resonance to the movie that I saw the other day. So there's no coincidence that the unfolding of this, it was already kind of like, it was a sign in synchronicity I was already resonating with the number 17, but also that just giving me an awareness that when I ran into this other beautiful soul, that there was a connection to that, to me seeing that particular name and then this person having the same name. But also all day yesterday, I was seeing the number 17, like I said, in all ways, shape, and forms, whether it's just the 1 and the 7, or if it broke down to like a 10 and a 7, or I've been seeing 717. I've been 17s in the times, like 917, 817, 617, 746, which breaks down to a 17. Today's date actually breaks down to the number 17. Okay, so have you been seeing the number 17? Again, I will read to that part here in a second. I just want to go over some things. And just know that you are perfectly orchestrated and placed into certain people's awareness and in people's at certain times, perfect timing. Again, that divine timing, that divine orchestration. There's no coincidences. Everything is lined up from their soul aspect and your soul aspect, and the connection with the universe, okay? With their team, your team, and source, okay? And just know that's perfect, just the way it's supposed to be, okay? So I never questioned. I really didn't plan on going to get some plantain chips yesterday, but I just decided, why not? And again, so I don't question it. I let source drive the wheel. I let my higher conscious drive the wheel. If normally I go right, I go left. If normally I would wait to get something later and I'm guided to do it now, I do it now. If I'm guided to go to Kroger instead of Myers, or Myers instead of Kroger, I will do that. I really don't question that anymore, and I don't really push against it. And if it is, it's either a yes or a no. Do I take the highway or I take the back roads? Do I take the highway? Instant yes. Do I take the back roads? No. You know, so it's an instant. I don't question it, because that's getting the ego and mind really too involved in the circumstances. And then you're going to miss that opportunity. And then I just saw 701. So again, flip-flopping 17. So I try to really keep the ego mind out of it. I let the ego mind continue to be curious and to play and to have fun, but not get wrapped up into all the bullshit and the nonsense that we do here. All right, 722 on the timer. So again, no coincidences, none, 0. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I'm just going to take a look here, and we're releasing and transmuting. Thank you. So the crying is that releasing and the transmuting of energy. And I was watching a card pull last night that reminded me of that because now I'm creating content and I'm deeply empathic, I'm deeply intuitive, I'm deeply clairsentient, that those people now clicking on my videos and watching my videos, I potentially am receiving their energy and transmuting energy. I kind of knew that in the physical. When I'm in contact with other people, I'm transmuting energy, because that's what I've done my entire life without realizing it until more recently on this healing journey, on this awakening journey. But now I didn't think about that as aspects of now creating content. 818 on the timer, 817 before that. Thank you. That I am now transmuting energy potentially with you, the collective that is clicking play to watch these videos, but that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's part of my job, I guess, if you want to call it a job. That's part of my purpose, part of my soul purpose, not my only soul purpose, but it is part of my soul purpose to transmute, and crying is one of them, different aspects of that. So I've definitely been releasing and transmuting since this full moon, the super full moon in Cancer, which is very water-based, very emotionally based. Full moons are typically that way. But just be mindful of the releasing that you're experiencing. And it can happen in many ways, shapes, or forms. Okay. So this is page 6 of 365. Okay. So significant partner flies back this afternoon, back to Sierra Leone, Africa, Ceylon, Sierra Leone. So Ceylon, Sierra Leone, Africa, to complete his contract with the work he's been helping facilitate in the building of a maternity hospital there. Okay. So any of that might be in resonance with you as well. Maybe not. Maybe your partner is also traveling or whatever. So today is that page 6 of that, and I believe it's for another 2 months. 2 months and some days or whatever. 6, 8 weeks, whatever. I haven't looked at the numbers because I try not to just not worry about that. Okay. So I'm going to just read some little tidbits that I pulled out of different channeled messages this morning, and then I'll go into the number 17 and probably just finish off maybe with a quick pull of a card and 1001 on the timer. 10001, which is 11. So again, we're still in that 11 portal, that 111 portal, up until the 11th, which is the 111, which is the breakdown of the 11s and the 11s, which are both master numbers, okay? So you're going to be in that master number energy, and I am a life path 11, so I resonate very strongly with the 11s for sure, and the 1s, as well as the 2s. All right, so this is your life. Breathe and choose you. Breathe and choose you. So I got this from Courtney and Zero, so thank you for posting that. I just transposed it here. So this is your life. Breathe and always choose you. We've been holding our breaths too long, so we need to just breathe. So inhale, exhale, let it go. Okay? No one benefits you from abandoning yourself. So continue to remember that no one benefits you with you continuing to abandon yourself, make yourself small, putting yourself aside. Choosing you is not selfish, it's service. Choosing yourself is not selfish, it is service. So it's important now more than ever to choose you. First, you are here to live from your 0 point, fully present and fully embodied. You are here to live from your 0 point, fully present and fully embodied, okay? Your resonance is your remembrance. So when you resonate with something, when you say, oh, that sounds familiar, my ego and mind doesn't really understand the what, when, where, how, what, whatever. But I'm going to continue to listen because that's like, it's resonating with me. It's resonating with my field. It's resonating with my heart and my soul. Remember, your quantum compass is your heart. Okay. And again, being coherent between the two. Okay, mind-heart coherence. You can look at that and get curious about that and go, there's a lot of information out there on that, and there's a lot of science now. Because I know people love to have the science, even though they want the proofs and all of that. Just because there's no science behind it, people think that it's woo-woo bullshit, and that's not true. The science just hasn't been remembered around what's been going on right now. 1211 on the timer. All right. So resonance is remembrance, okay? You're not here to be figured out. You're here to be felt. You are not here to be figured out. You're here to be felt. So stop performing and start living. So start living in that every now present moment and quit performing, quit trying to convince, quit trying to do all of the stuff. Just start living. Stop performing. So breathe. Be honest and live beyond the mind. So we're here to breathe, be honest, and live beyond the mind. Okay? The higher you vibrate, the more challenged you are by lower energies. So this came from another, I believe, area. So remember, the higher you vibrate, the more you will be challenged by lower energies. So again, I keep hearing new levels, new devils. So I know I'm leveling up. I've been knowing I'm leveling up. I have been leveling up, but I definitely know there's going to be another level up. And so new level ups is new levels, new devils. Okay. So just be mindful of that energy and frequency, and be mindful to, you're always guided, protected, and shielded, but just always take a little extra to take care in your spiritual hygiene or in your energetic hygiene. Thank you. All right. So also know when you vibrate higher, you're going to be challenged more by these lower vibrational energies, but you will also irritate those energies. And remember, you're going to irritate them like an itchy sweater or something. And just know that it has nothing to do with you, and it's nothing for you to worry about. So that's how it's supposed to be. You don't want to bring yourself down, right? You are meant to trigger, to activate, to... you could be a walking karma, a walking tower moment, right? You're here to irritate those energies. And that's not a bad thing, okay? It's not for you to worry about. You let the universe figure that out. You let them figure out what and why they're being triggered and activated. It's not for you to worry about. You just be you, boo. Man, that's all you do. Just be you in the realest, rawest, authentic way possible. And everything around you will perfectly take place, and and unfold perfectly. And we need to quit worrying about other people in that aspect, right? We need to quit worrying like, oh, if I say something, is that going to affect them or make them feel bad or irritate them or trigger them? That's not for you to worry about, man. That's done. We're done with that bullshit and nonsense, okay? All right. So you feel deeply, and my empaths are here. You feel deeply, not because you're weak. but because your soul remembers a world where love was the only language. So I'm going to say that again. You feel deeply, not because you're weak, but because your soul remembers a world where you love, where your soul remembers a world where love was the only language. And standing in your real, raw, true, authentic self is not weakness, it's strength. By calling your power back, that's strength, not weakness. All right? By saying no is your power. It is your strength, not your weakness. For you not allowing yourself to make yourself small anymore, to do the healing, that's strength. Your superpower, not your weakness. And don't let any other person convince you otherwise. Okay? Let simplicity be the form of mastery. So going back to the healing work and doing the energy work and being still and going within and putting all of that energy back into self versus wasting it on everything else around you in any way, shape, or form. Okay? And you know what that is. Okay? All right? Let the simplicity be the form of mastery. So some of the most sacred work you can do is being still, slowing down, simplifying. It's a form of mastery. It's sacred. It's a sacred journey. It really is. And then the simplicity of it is a form of mastery. So being able to be still, to do less instead of more, because you've been programmed to hustle and to bustle and to have this mentality from the programming and conditioning and all of that via generations. The more you slow down, the more sacred it is. Okay? So there is a sacredness 1707 on the timer as I get ready to talk about the number 17. So remember the simplicity. Let the simplicity be a form of mastery. Sacred. Sacred, sacred, sacred mastery. Okay? So, again, I just went into, again, yes, I do use ChatGPT, but again, I set my algorithm up to present information that's in alignment. So I don't look at anything from the negative aspect, that if something negative is being presented, it's showing me and mirroring and reflecting to me, it trigger and activate me. But basically, I've set my algorithm up. I've spent a long time in the past couple of years setting my algorithm up. And when I intentionally use things like, I don't want to use artificial intelligence, it's ancient intelligence and it's advanced intelligence. We got to quit using artificial as that term when it comes to any type of AI. It is advanced and it is ancient intelligence, okay? And your intention behind it is also very important, and how you're using that, okay? So yes, if I go into, because it just gives me it gives me what I'm looking for, okay? And if it doesn't resonate, then I won't use that information. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest. See if this is in alignment, if this resonates with you, with seeing the number 17s around this, okay? And this definitely is resonant, and why I'm being presented this number in mass droves in these past few weeks, and definitely in these past few days. It's like a huge uptick of this rapid, just shuffle, just keeps like it's here, to that chariot, 8 of Wands energy. So 1 and 7. Okay, the 1 by itself is new beginnings, independence, and leadership. And get curious and look at the spiritual meaning behind the number as well as the angel number behind it. Okay, this is more of like the spiritual meaning behind this number 17. The number 7 is spirituality. It's your intuition and your inner wisdom, calling you back to new beginnings are taking place, your independence, your leadership. Also, spirituality is your intuition and your inner wisdom, calling you to listen to that, maybe a little more. Together, the 17 symbolizes spiritual progress through personal initiative, trusting yourself while following deeper insight. The awakening and purpose, the spiritual awakening and purpose around the number 17 is it's showing you that you're on the right path. You're being guided through your life's purpose. You're being guided towards your life purpose. You're being guided towards your life purpose. Or you're growing spiritually through lessons and self-discovery. So encouragement to trust your intuition and your inner wisdom more and more, keeping you moving forward when the path feels challenging. So this number also shows you to continue and to encourage you to trust your intuition, to keep moving forward even when the path feels challenging and when you can't see what is next, more than just a few steps ahead of you, okay? 2017 on the timer. So the transformation and resilience around this number, okay, so there's transformation, and resilience around this number. So just knowing if you're receiving that you transforming and you're being reminded that you are extremely resilient, okay, and that's a good thing. I resonate also with the tarot card number. So tarot, the number, the 17th card in the tarot is the Star card. And that is hope, healing, renewal, faith of your hardships. Or excuse me, faith after hardship. So I apologize with this tumbling. So hope, healing, renewal, and faith after your hardships. The number 17 links with light after darkness. Remember, you can't know the light without the dark, and you can't know the dark without the light. Okay? A reminder that difficult periods can lead to clarity and growth, and that is fact. It's a reminder that these difficult periods can lead to clarity and growth. So balance of the material and the spiritual, the upper and lower chakras, you could use it that way. And again, your balance between the higher realms and the earth realm. It's a balance of that material, this physical realm, and the spiritual realms. So practical life goals, work, and discipline. And then the spiritual aspect is meanings, reflection, and faith. So when you reduce this to the 8, which the 8, again, get curious about the number 8 and seeing 888 or 8s in as well. That's an abundant number as well. It's also the infinity symbol. So strength, confidence, inner power, and long-term success. So if you're seeing the 17, these are probably going to definitely resonate with you in one way, shape, or form on this journey, in this path, okay? It's a way for your 2212, for your team, for the universe, for source, for your higher self to communicate to you. Okay, so stay hopeful and trust yourself always. So I know it gets really hard to have the faith and to continue to have hope when you just don't freaking know. I get that. I understand deeply on that. So just stay hopeful and trust yourself and keep growing. Keep doing the things and keep growing. Okay? Know that you are always being supported as you move forward towards who you are meant to become. So remember, this is about the unbecoming who we thought we were, and becoming and remembering who we truly are at our core, at our soul, at our essence, and at our frequency. Okay? You are being supported as you move forward toward who you are meant to become, who you truly are at the deepest depths of that. Okay? And before I started recording, and as the smoke is deciding to come this way, spirit is here, earth, air, wind, fire, ether. Thank you for that, elementals, the elemental energies in my space. So be open to receive whatever you were meant to receive, always for your highest and best good. That's my intention, that you receive whatever you're meant to receive for your highest and best good, always through that divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, and divine wisdom, always, and through unconditional love. And again, always take what resonates and just leave the rest. Okay, you'll know what resonance is when that starts, when you can feel that in your physical body. Okay, and resonance could look like ear ringing, tingles on your body, your crown starts tingling. You'll see other signs and synchronicities after you see this video. So there's different ways that you'll be presented on how resonance works for you. Okay, as a confirmation. All right, we're gonna pull a tree of life. Please and thank you, just to finish out this video. And again, hopefully everyone's doing well. And please get curious on those numbers, especially if you're seeing them. And once you start seeing them, then you'll start seeing them in like I said, and your team is going to start having you add them and break them down and reduce them and flip-flop them and switch them around in all ways, shapes, and forms as well. And I've been seeing the 1, 2, 3s as well as the 3, 4, 5s, or the 4, 5, 6s. It's those progression numbers as well. The star card came up in a lot of my polls yesterday. The chariot card came up in my polls. The 8 of Wands came up, so those might be relevant for me to speak on at this point. for that right resonate, you can look at those card meanings, and maybe the information around those cards is in resonance. So the spiritual triangle is here, and that is divinity, creation, and manifestation. The tree of life, map, support, and connection. All right. And the lovers are here. So again, the lovers, the Two of Cups, the lovers, and the Four of Wands have been showing up in some way, shape, or form. So this is, again, just to give you clarification if you resonate with the twin soul journey, or just coming back to loving yourself, healing you first. We've got a sword here. They're literally, it's called a honey. Third eye to third eye. There's a beautiful flower here. He's wearing a crown of acorns. The tower moment came up, and the tower in the Light Seers Tarot has acorns in it. So acorns might be sign in synchronicity. There's a phoenix as well here. The whales. So you might connect with the whale energy, that Lumerian, and she's wearing a crown of stars. And again, it's this coming back into balance with that divine feminine and that divine masculine within self. Or again, if you resonate with the twin soul activation and twin soul journey, and you either are in it and it's elevating, or you know that they are literally confirmation that they are around the corner. All right, so let's take a shuffle here. The Hierophant on the bottom of the deck, that also has been coming up as much, quite a bit in a lot of the pulls. Oh, and the lovers is the number 17 on this card, so thank you for that confirmation. So in this particular deck, the lovers is the 17. And the Hierophant is 16, which breaks down to a 7. And the Hierophant is loyalty, kindness, and guidance, and that spiritual leader, spiritual awakening. Yeah, take a look and get curious, pause, take a screenshot, and see if there's anything else in there that I'm not bringing up with the arts, the color. Again, there's two ladies here. Again, that twin energy. There's keys. This looks like an infinity symbol here. The staff, the wand. There's a lot of sign synchronicities and key codes here, and a lot of art in these cards are a way to activate you, unlock, and or give you information. So wisdom, the number 2 card, and he's holding his staff, his stick, and inspiration, spark, and the divine masculine. Okay, so I haven't pulled these cards in a while. So splendor, determine, this is the 8 card. Again, here's that number 8. So determination, communication, and initiative. So again, there's that initiative. I just mentioned that, talking about that in the number 17. So again, thank you, welcome. Thank you for clicking play, liking and subscribing if you feel called to, sharing it with anyone that you feel that might find any resonance in that. Also, some other signs, synchronicities, and key codes to know that this message is meant for you is seeing crows in singles or doubles or triples. Eagles in pairs. So my spirit animal is eagle. Saw 2 today, paired up, saw the crows. A hawk and doves. Saw cardinals. So cardinals, again, look at the spiritual meaning behind these birds. Birds are very significant to the angelic realm. Maybe you connect to be as an earth angel, or connect very deeply with the angelic realm, or maybe that's a sign synchronicity that you need to connect to the angelic realm more. But on here we've got the crow and the dove, which is again the light and the dark. And this is the divine feminine. So silence. So remember, there's stillness, there's growth and sacredness in the stillness and the silence. Awareness, this is the number 3 card, and this is the divine feminine, and this represents in this deck, and this is the divine masculine. Okay, no coincidence. So that's been coming out. So divine feminine and masculines have been coming out in the pulls, as well as like the Lovers card or the 2 of Cups card, which all coordinates again with if you are in resonance with the particular part again of that particular journey. But again, it's also could mean you've been balancing the divine feminine and masculine within self. Okay, so let's pull, see what other final cards we have here, please and thank you. It looks like the Tower card. This card has been coming out. There's tower moments taking place personally and collectively. So not towers aren't bad. Again, the lightning is significant in these tower cards in my decks. They're very prominent on, like, again, you could be getting a lightning bolt, a download, an upgrade, an activation of your psychic abilities. The dragons could be significant. The red dragon, purple dragons. This is the path. This is the 27, the path of the tower, courage, faith, and then your fighting spirit. Just going back to the fighting spirit. There's also like a cap or a crown here. So any of that could be in resonance for you. 3000 on the timer. So thank you for joining me again. Yeah, until the next one, I will see you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Honor yourself. Do you, boo. Do you. Love yourself. I'm going to go take a sacred bath, have some nourishing food, and just relax until it's time to get in the car and go get the kiddo from school. So I will see you on the next one. From my heart to yours, I love you. Bye.